Hi there, Dave here at Ban Suan in Udon Thani, Thailand. And today I'm going to do a little bit of a breakdown of what our farmhouse at Ban Suan cost to build. Right, so for those of you that are regulars and have been watching my channel for a while, you may well have watched my Building at Ban Suan series. If you're new to the channel or you haven't seen them, there is a playlist. I'll make a link to it in the description box below. There's a playlist called Building at Ban Suan. It's 10 videos showing how we built this small farmhouse here on our farm, just outside of Udon Thani. Now we have a house that we live in about a quarter of an hour away in the city. So the farmhouse really was somewhere where we can come and stay over and eventually live here when we feel like retiring and just spending our whole time here on the farm, essentially. So if you've watched those videos, you will have seen how it's been built and what's gone into the process. But I have had questions, a few questions on Facebook, comments I should say, on Facebook and on the YouTube comments themselves about the cost, how much is it going, what's my budget and so on. So I'm going to tell you what we spent on this particular house. Now obviously, whenever it comes to costs, people have their own ideas about what things cost, and some people will tell you that's a lot of rubbish and you can't get it for that, it can't be any good and so on and so forth, or that's too cheap or that's too expensive. Now everything is a personal thing, it depends on where you are, who you're asking, what they're going to do, if you know the people, whether you get a good price or bad price, etc, etc. What I will say about our build here, the people who are involved are all people we know very well, extremely well. So we have had very preferential prices as far as the labour is concerned. So don't be surprised if, when you try to build a similar sort of construction to the one we've got, that you quoted a bigger price. What I will say is, I'll tell you the total cost of this house was slightly under 320,000 baht completed. That includes a few lorry loads of soil that we've used, not for the actual house, around the house, but to build a base, to build a pigsty later on and so on. So there's a few things that aren't exactly part of the house cost, but the house cost was 320,000, we could say. Now that works out in pounds sterling to about £7,900 built and done. We already had electric coming in onto the farm, but it wasn't coming to here, it was going over to our water tower. So what did we pay for the work? Well, what I can tell you is this: we paid for materials. The material cost for this house was 224,000 baht. We haven't built our sink units out there yet. Those will be coming as an extra cost, but that does include building our water tower outside and the tank that's on it. So we paid 224,000 for materials. Now materials we have not skimped. We have bought quality materials pretty much across the board. The roof, for example, all the steel we used a good size, a good gauge of steel, and didn't scrimp on the amount of cross members and so on. So the roof structure is solid and made of solid quality steel. The actual green roof, the tin roof, the Sangasi as it's called here, that was again a top quality. We could have had cheaper. They were quoting us the cheapest one about 60 baht a metre. I think the one that we bought was more around 100 baht, something like that. The main roof not the one that sticks out, the small roof. The main roof, the materials cost 12,826, 13,000 baht, more or less. The other part of the roof, I don't have the actual cost broken down for. I've got all the costs and I've got all the receipts, but I don't know the exact cost of that small roof. But what I can tell you is the total price for all the materials, 224,314 baht, and then we paid for the labour by itself. Now, we had 2 people building, and we had an electrician that did the wiring, but also moved the mains electricity from over at the water tower into the house here, moved this junction box, or rather the fuse box, from the water tower to the house here, and junctioned it off and just put a big breaker up there by the water tower, so we still have power there, but that's not where the central power unit is. That's now in the house here. He also put up, or rather moved, a telegraph pole, or a cable pole for the wiring. He did another job of one that was leaning that I asked him to move, and he rewired over by the water tower into a box. His cost was 5,300 baht for everything. Again, labour only. The materials, the cables, the switches, the lights, the whole lot is in the 224,000 material cost. The building work itself, we paid 81,500 baht for, which is extremely cheap, and you do well to find anything like that sort of price. The reason being that the guys who are building are family friends, childhood friends of Zhao's since they grew up as small kids, 50 years. The builder's sister is one of Zhao's best friends, and so on and so forth. So the family, they're like family members, so we've got a very good deal on that price. What I can tell you is, around here, we've been asking around for a while, because obviously we've had plans to build here going back quite a few years, obviously since we started the whole project of Ban Suan, and it was in the future we were going to build something. What would it cost? We have been given 2 sort of price ranges, price quotes. Doing it the way we did it, buying our own materials and just paying for the labour, we have been quoted from 3,000 to 4,000 baht per square metre for labour. Now bear in mind that this house is 50 square metres interior, but the roof is slightly bigger. But also bear in mind that would only include building the house. Things outside, like digging the cesspit and building a water tower, they would cost extra. So that 81,500 that we for our labour is extremely cheap. Best price would be about 150 to 200,000 at 3,000 to 4,000 per square metre, plus the plus building the water tower, which would cost extra. Excuse me, I have a bit of reflux, I should say. The other price quote was where you just say, right, this is the house I want, build it for me, and the builder would then buy the materials and so on. For that, you're looking at a price of around 10,000 baht per square metre upwards. So it could be 10, 11, 12,000 baht, but we could get it built for 10,000 per square metre. Again, that wouldn't include extras like water towers and stuff like that. So a house like this would cost roughly 500,000 as opposed to 300,000. So all in all, we got a very good deal. Like I say, I don't know whether you'll be able to get that deal, and certainly in other areas of Thailand, maybe the prices are different, or other parts of even of Isan. But here up in Udon Thani, with the contacts that we've got, that's what we paid. The doors and windows, just to go back to that, the doors and windows, again, somebody we know very well, the husband of a family member, we got the doors and windows for about 24,000. That's 3 main windows, including insect screens, the patio doors with a big insect screen, and the back door. about 24,000 supplied, fitted, everything. So and that, I actually included that in the cost for the materials. So the materials, apart from the doors, are about 200,000. The doors, 24,000-ish. So there you go. That's basically what it cost. If you've got any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment down below, or to send me a message. You can send it via Instagram or Facebook. My social media links are down below in the description box. I'll be quite happy to discuss anything with you if you're interested in building yourself and what's involved and so on and so forth. Other than that, thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe and share this video. And if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. I'm trying to build up my subscription count. And hopefully I'll see you on the next video, which will be on Sunday, when it will be time for our next weekly vlog. So thanks for watching. Bye.